In this video, I'll talk about my experiences with the Unistellar Equinox 2 telescope and give you some of the background of the telescope and show you some images I have of the Crab Nebula at two different dates with the different updated image processing software that's built into the telescope. So there's information, of course, at the unistellar.com website, and I think you probably could just type in unistellar.com and go there. But I bought this telescope in the late summer of 2023, and let's go into some of its characteristics here. So first, it's a little bit better than some other robotic telescopes, 4.5-inch diameter for the main mirror. Before this, for about 6 months, I used the Dwarf 2 telescope, which is fine, but it only has a 1-inch aperture, and I was finding it was limited on the detail I could get with deep sky objects. So this one came on sale on Amazon in late summer of 2023, and I bought it. It has an f4 focal ratio. F number is kind of an indication of how fast it will gather an image, and f4 is reasonably fast. You control the telescope using an app. I use Android, the phone or a tablet, but it's also can be controlled with Apple products. It has a built-in database of stars, planets, and galaxies, nebula, star clusters, etc. And reported on their website, there are over 5,000 objects in the catalog. It is easy to use to control the telescope and to go to a particular object you're interested in. There's a menu system. You can activate the catalog to show galaxies or to show stars or to show planets. The telescope is not built to image planets. It does not have enough magnification to really give good views of Jupiter or Saturn, and even worse for Mars. The telescope is altitude azimuth, but once you go to an object, the telescope will remember that object and will track. The telescope will take an image. I'm not sure exactly how long it exposes, 4 or 5 seconds, and then the telescope will move slightly because the sky is, from our point of view, is moving due to the rotation of the Earth. But the telescope tracks the star field, and then will take another image, and it will add on the light from the first image and the second image and the third and the fourth. The longest I've tracked, I think I've got up to 3 hours of accumulating light from an image. It's not all productive. I'll do another video that shows what happens as you lengthen the exposure times. You can't just keep on getting improvement forever, but that'll be another video. But the telescope is good. It automatically stacks the images that you're looking for. It has a battery built in, so you don't have to be near a electrical outlet. And one of the longer sessions of observing I have was May 8th of 2025. I observed for 5 hours various objects, and the battery was at 100% level when I started. It was at 25% level when I ended. I did not have an auxiliary battery pack plugged in. So 5 hours uses 75%. I'd say safely you could get over 7 hours observing. I think their Unistellar website says that you can get 11 hours, but certainly I think 7 hours you'd be comfortable. And you can add to that, of course. You can add an external battery. Sometimes I do this, an external battery pack. I connect it with a USB cable that has a C-type, the modern type C-type connector to plug into the telescope. When you buy the telescope, you get a tripod. This is not a camera tripod that you might be thinking of, where you can attach a 35mm camera to the tripod. It's a special base, and you need to use the tripod that ships with the telescope. The last price I saw, $2,379 for this device. And there are other robotic telescopes or automatic telescopes, smart telescopes, I guess you'd call them, available. But I find this to be sort of a good compromise. Not too expensive, but gives reasonably good images. Earlier this year, I updated the software for the telescope, and this software, the improvement in January, had what's called VVT built in, Vivid Vision Technology. I think it's good, a good feature. Some people don't like it because it sort of automatically, out of your control, processes the image to produce sort of enhanced colors. But I'm using this telescope in the suburbs of Omaha, Nebraska, and if you use the Bortle system, it's about a Bortle 7 sky, so there's a lot of light pollution from the Omaha city. But this telescope does a good job of imaging deep sky objects, nebula and galaxies, even with the light pollution. It does sharpen the image when this VVT technology is in place. You can turn it off and turn it back on, and turn it off and turn it back on while you're imaging one object. You do that on your tablet or phone. You don't have to touch the telescope and jostle it so it loses stability. So look up more information about VVT by going to help.unistellar.com. So the telescope comes with a battened-off mask that you put on the end of the telescope at the start of the evening session to verify the focus. There's an easily accessible wheel at the bottom of the telescope to adjust the focus. When the image is focused, in this image, the line is horizontal between the two diagonal lines. That's what you want. You want that horizontal line to be right in the middle between those diagonals. And then you can take off the batten-off mask easily. It's an easy process. And continue with your observing session. I don't do this every time, but about every third session, just in case that wheel got jostled as I carry the telescope from the inside to the outside. The telescope is stored inside our house, and then I carry it outside when I want to do an observation. This is using the star Rigel as a light source, and on my tablet I've magnified by pinching with your fingers and drawing out. I've magnified the three spikes to better see whether the focus is right. So here's the Crab Nebula, March 19th, 2024. This is not using the VVT technology. This is sort of original equipment. There is a collimation process for the telescope that's also not difficult to do, but I'm not confident that I had the perfect collimation in this image. You can see the stars are a little boxy. This is a 28-minute exposure of the Crab Nebula. This image is straight out of the telescope. It's not processed in any way to increase brightness or resolution, details, shadows, whatever, color. Nothing's changed. It's directly out of the telescope. So here we are in 2025, and I checked the focus again using the star Merrick, and now the line that I'm trying to center between the diagonal lines is vertical. So my telescope is in a little different orientation in this night in looking at Merrick versus Rigel. And so I've got good focus. The vertical line is in between the two diagonal lines. And here's the Crab Nebula, January 31st, 2025. This is with the VVT system activated, with that software sharpening the star images and putting some enhanced color into the nebula. And I'm satisfied with it. 23-minute exposure, so it's comparable to the previous one. I'm going to go back to the previous one here, just so you can see. And now back with the VVT system. I also cropped the image more. So this is the same image you saw from 2024, but cropping just the Crab Nebula portion, you can definitely see the stars are not circles in this image. But this is with VVT off. And now back to 2025 with the VVT on, and you can see the cropped image and the stars look a lot more round. We've got better color in the nebula. And again, no image processing has been done to this image. This is original, other than cropping. There's no editing that has occurred for this image. So I hope you learned a little bit about the Equinox 2 telescope. I used to teach physics and astronomy in college, and I've got about 500 YouTube videos, introductory course lectures, and then these astronomy, kind of amateur astronomy videos also posted there. There's also a yearly kind of list of events that are occurring. If you go to gpclements.com, there's no registration. It's all free. I don't collect any information. I don't put cookies onto your computer. This is just use it as you wish. I hope you do enjoy some of the information that's on the website. So that's all for now.